Hi, now this is going to be a very short exercise, and it has to do with resetting your system. When I was young, a very long time ago, and worked with something which was called Unix in general and Solaris in particular, I was told that if I wanted to reset my system, I should not just remove the power and plug it back in. I should use a friendly manner to reboot by using commands like shutdown-r, init6 and reboot. One was more friendly than the other, in that, for example, shutdown-r would also run the init scripts to stop processes before really going down and coming up again. But nowadays in Linux, things really have gone berserk. We can run init6, shutdown-r now, reboot, systemctl, reboot, and even systemctl isolate reboot.target. It may drive you mad, and of course the end result will be a system reboot where one command is friendlier than the other. But that is not what this is about. Small story, I sometimes work somewhere else and use my home systems from that remote location. It happens regularly that if I want to reboot a system, no problem, I connect to the system using SSH and reboot the system. Unfortunately, and here's the twist, when a system is rebooted in any of the above ways, one of the first things that gets killed is the network connection. So I lose the connection. In itself, that's not a problem because I wanted to reboot. But if the system runs into a problem like, for example, the unmounting of file systems, if for whatever reason it cannot proceed because the file system cannot be unmounted, it hangs. Now, since the network connection is gone, I have no way to physically power off the system or repair it in any other way. I have to call people at home to unplug power and things like that. Nobody happy. Now I know this is not the best practice, but sometimes I don't want to run the risk of being kicked out and then never see my login prompt again because the shutdown did not complete, because of an obnoxious file system mount. Luckily, the Linux kernel has a powerful built-in feature which is called SysRq, or the magic SysRq key. This allows you to send commands directly to the kernel without having a keyboard. First of all, you have to enable the feature. So I always run echo 1 and redirect it to proxys kernel SysRq. Now if you have an actual keyboard, there are differences in that. But in my case, when I come in from a remote site, I do not have a keyboard, so I just enable all functions. And then I synchronize my file systems by redirecting S to proxys kernel SysRq so that my memory is flushed. And then I kind of pull the plug like they told me not to do by running the echo b greater than proxys rq trigger. This does an emergency reboot bypassing all regular shutdown features. I know this is not a nice way, but at least my systems never hang during a reboot. And I'm done.